The video will cover how to find the vertex when you're given an equation in standard form. So let's review a little bit about where the vertex is located in the parabola. So the vertex is going to be either the highest point, as you can see here. So if the parabola opens down, the vertex is at the center and is the highest point. Or if the parabola opens up, as I'm drawing here in this picture, then the vertex will be the lowest point. Or in other words, it's known as the min. So it's either the min or is the max. So since we said that the vertex is a point, we're going to go ahead and find the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate. We actually have a formula that we use to find the x-coordinate. So for that, we're going to need our value for a, which is the number before the x squared, or the coefficient for x squared. And the b is the coefficient, or the number before the x. So keep those numbers in mind, as we're going to need them for the formula to find the x-coordinate. Our parabola, it will open up and it will be the min for the vertex because the a is positive. So we can see here that a is positive too. So let's plug in our values in the formula. So the formula is negative b over 2a. So our b is 4. Since it's negative 4, the opposite of it is positive 4. So the numerator will become positive 4. And the denominator will be 2 times 2 because a is 2. So we get 4 over 4 after we simplify, and we get 1 here. So the x-coordinate for the vertex will be positive 1. And that's already half of the work we need to do to find the vertex. Once we have the x-coordinate, what we're going to do is we're going to grab that value and we're going to plug it into our equation. So let's rewrite our equation here. That way we don't have to be scrolling up and down. So our quadratic here was 2x squared, and it was minus 4x plus 3. So everywhere I see x in my equation, I'm going to substitute it for the x value that we got, which was positive 1. So I'm going to highlight here the places in which we're going to replace for 1. So let's rewrite this equation again. I'm going to put parentheses everywhere I'm going to substitute, and the same place that we highlighted here. So let's plug in our value for x, which was positive 1. Again, we got that from the earlier work that we did. And then I'm going to work myself from left to right. So first, I need to do exponents. So 1 squared will give us positive 1. So I'm going to multiply the 2 that we had at the beginning with 1, which was our answer to squaring 1. And then I'm going to multiply the 4 and the 1. Since they're together, that means multiplication, and that's how we got minus 4. And let me bring down everything else that I didn't use, which was the plus 3. Then I'm going to multiply the 2 and the 1, and I get positive 2, and bring down the rest. And when you get to this point, I want you to check this condition here. That way we can know if we're doing it correctly. So the first number, which is 2 here, needs to be half of the second number. So since 2 is half of 4, then we know that we're doing it correctly. So let's just write it here to explain it again and to make it clear, because this will save you from making mistakes and getting the incorrect vertex. So if the first number is not half of the second number, then either we multiply incorrectly, we square our x value incorrectly, or our x-coordinate was incorrect. So I need you to go back and check your calculations again to make sure to find the mistake. Do not continue if the first number is not half of the second number, because it's going to give you a wrong answer. And then we get negative 2 plus 3, which is positive 1. So our vertex will be our x-coordinate, which is 1, and our y-coordinate, which happened to be 1 as well. So this would be the point that we would plot for our vertex if we were to graph this equation here. Let's go ahead and quickly do the second example here, where our a is going to be negative, which means the parabola will open down. So let's identify our two values that we're going to need for our equation, which is negative 12, since we take the opposite of b, the 3, which is 2 times negative 3, so the denominator becomes negative 6, divide that, and we get positive 2. Plug in that value into our equation, Everywhere I see x, I'm going to replace it with our positive 2, since that's the value that we got for x. Every time you replace it, put the parentheses so that you know that you're going to have to multiply or do exponents. So let's do exponents first. 2 to the second power would be 4. So then we get 3 times 4. Multiply the 12 and the 2, we get 24, and then minus 1. Multiply the 3 and the 4, we get 12, plus 24, minus 1. So the first number is half of the second number, but they should be opposite signs. And I forgot to include the negative in front of the 3. So don't do the same mistake I did right now, and don't forget your negatives. So now it makes sense. The first number is half of the second number, and one of the numbers is negative, the other one's positive. So we get positive 12 from adding negative 12 and positive 24. Subtract that and we get 11. So our vertex for this quadratic would be our x-coordinate, which was positive 2, and our y-coordinate, which was 11.